everyone. This is Yumi I Gaming logging in, and the game is Eve Echoes. So today we will be going through a really important topic in New Eden, and that is alpha clones and omega clones. When I first started playing Eve Echoes, I too was baffled by what the hell are clones? Like I know cloning is like the duplicacy of something, but I could not grasp it, and I had to consult my fellow co-op players on what are clones exactly. So we will be going through what are clones, alpha clones, omega clones, the restrictions on alpha clones, why are there restrictions on alpha clones, monetization aspect of game, alpha to omega without paying, is Eve Echoes pay to win or free to play, and lastly, how can alpha clone be a really valuable asset to their friends. Before that, if you like my content, please do hit the like button as it will be help me out a lot. And if you want to hear about more content from me, then do hit the subscribe button and be updated for every video I post. Also, please do mention down in the comments below on what you thought of the video and whether you would want to have any other of your question answered, or what content would you like me to produce for you. So, without further ado, let's dive into it. First, let us understand or to what social media platforms can you bind your game account to. You can bind your game accounts to Google Play, Facebook, and Twitter currently. And each account can support three characters. Characters are also known as clones or toons, and also do keep in mind that please do not refer to clones and toons as accounts, because then you will have improper communication with your corporation members and other players, and you'll just end up confusing yourself and the other person. So please do keep in mind that you can have three characters from one single account. So you can have three characters in say abc@gmail.com. Right now you cannot autopilot if you are using one character, and you cannot autopilot in the other two. And if you are in alpha, if you have an alpha clone, you cannot multi-train all the three characters. For training knowledge, please do look at the description below. You'll find the link there to the skilling video. If you are just like watching it right in the release, you will have the skilling video up in around 2 to 3 days. And do watch it, because it is like the core aspect of Eve Echoes. So let us discuss what are alpha clones basically. So we know that alpha clones are game accounts, that is characters. So alpha clones are like the free version players of the game, and they have access to a limited amount of stuff, and they get a bit of less daily rewards, I would say. Next are omega clones. They are like the paid version of the games, and all the omega clones are like paid characters, and they can unlock the complete new Eden universe, and they get all the daily login rewards, which is a quite good bonus. So what are the restrictions on alpha we have been talking about? First of all, they do not get any access to T8 ships or higher levels. So there are around 10 tires in the game, and you'll not be able to, you know, uh, play the T8 ships or higher level if you are an alpha clone. Access to only basic skills. So there are basic, advanced, and expert level skills in game, and you can only train the basic. You cannot get any access to contracts. So contracts are the system in place by which you can directly trade with any particular player. You cannot initiate contract or accept a contract. You can sell only in high and low security ITC markets. So ITCs are interstellar trading centers. Like they are the main hubs, main trading hubs in the game, and they are like around currently they are around 30 to 32 ITCs in the game. And high and low sec means high security and low security. So there are security levels for each system, and the high security you cannot do any PvP. The alphas get less login rewards, and they cannot multiple train the characters, and they have a higher chance to activate audit. So what is auditing? Auditing is basically a review by the developers of the game to see if there is any suspicious trading going on within between two characters. The audit can be a bit cumbersome, but yeah, but it will not be that big a issue. It is basically to strict botting. So why are there restrictions on the alpha clones? This is mainly to prevent botting. So Eve Online is Eve Echoes is a massive game wherein which is whose economy is basically player driven. So you do not want bots to tamper with the economy of Eve Echoes and just flood the market with really cheap stuff. And the second main point is Omega is a really crucial part of the income stream for the developers. I would say in the later stages and like even in the mid stages, Alpha the Omega clones is are like the main income stream for the developers. So that is why there are some restrictions to encourage the player to pay for an Omega clone. Please do hold out to the end of the video so that you can understand more about it on whether it is a pay to win or free to play. Now, what do you have to pay for a full game? The packs are priced at $5 per month, $13 per month, and $15 per month. So $5 is the basic one, $13 is the standard, and $15 is the combo pack. So you get a higher skill training points for the packs. So to understand more about skilling and how they affect the gameplay, please do check the description. I will be posting the video in around 2 to 3 days from now. What are the other monetization features of the game? You have to pay like $2 for cognitive neuroscience, one $6 for cognitive neuroscience 2, and $30 for cognitive neuroscience 3. You get a bonus of plus 5 SP, that is skill points, for each cognitive level you buy. Those are permanent in the game, and the bonus is permanent. Like you do not lose the training bonus ever, and you do not need to pay for them. That is not a recurring payment, whereas the packs were a recurring payment, like they had to be paid per month. Also, the other monetization features is the cool skins. You can paint your ship with different colors, and I would not say it custom, but yeah, your ships will look prettier in the battlefield if you want to pay for them. Now, how can an alpha convert to omega without paying? If you're an alpha clone and say you do not want to pay, but you want to say, hey, I want to enjoy the game. I have been playing this for so much time and I'm not being able to have full access, and that really is not a good sign for me. Well, do not fear. In this game, you can trade plex, like you can buy plex in the game and get your alpha clone. You can get your omega clone. For a more in-depth discussion on what is Plex and ISK, that is the two currencies in game, do check the description below when I discuss the currency market on Eve Echoes. Second, there is a really cool feature in the game wherein you can get corporation clones. So if you are a really valued player in your corporation and you contribute massively to it, then your corporation leadership can grant you corporation clones wherein you can get an omega for a month. And that is a really great feature, as it will encourage alpha players to participate more in corporation events and earn their way up to omega. So the main question on hand, does the this mean that the game Eve Echoes is pay to win or free to play? Before starting off in this topic, I would like to say that it is a highly debatable topic, but right now I will be presenting my personal views on what is my take on it. First of all, the developers listen to the player community. In just a short span of like 1 month, I have seen that there have been two really big changes after the community did not like what the developers had planned for us. First is the alphas clones were not getting access to even any market in the whole game, like they could not sell anything. So after widespread feedback, they roll out an update that okay, the alpha clones will be able to access the ITC markets and low sec and high sec, which is a huge improvement. And believe me, that it is really great initiative by the developers. Next, They also listened to the community when the community gave a feedback that the daily login rewards needed upgradation and were not that feasible for a game like Eve Echoes. And the developers again listened to us, and they did implement the changes. Then they had a feedback session wherein they answered any questions we had in mind, and it was a really great job. So the developers get really top scores for being community oriented. Second of all is alpha can become omega in game. So in most games I have played till date, I could not see any game wherein I could get premium access to any content that was exclusively for only the pay to win. In omega you do not get any additional benefits except a better scaling scaling bonus and a whole access to game. So basically, yeah, you do not get any significant advantage that can, take you to extraordinary great power than the alpha clones. Second, third of all, there is no incentive above $15 for paying players. So if you are if anyone is a player who likes to spend like say $1,000 at the game, then I would say encourage the spender to spend, because taking the hypothesis that the player is only having one account, so after buying the cognitive neuroscience for a cumulative $38 and then getting the $15 pack per month, provided he or she does not want skins that much, then that player can essentially fund your omega, because he or she can give into the supply of plex in the market, and so the plex prices can maybe drop to a level wherein you can get omega easily. So I would say if there are more pay to win players, it is more easier for the alpha clones to buy plex and get upgraded to an omega. Fourth, like, the most important point in this is that developers need dollars to run the game servers, and also at the same time to make a living out of it, because hey, we all know that it is not charity work. One another point is that there's no ship buying for $10,000 or any other stuff. You just get a free access to all the content, and you get a slight increase in the training skill points. So the omega clone, yes, they are really they are advantageous than the alpha clones and are more preferable for anyone to have. But come on, let's face the facts, it's not that big a leap. I know it varies between countries, wherein $5 is uh, not that much for the resident of that country, but whereas in developing countries or third world countries, it can be a huge amount. But well, the developers cannot, have the price different in different countries, because then there will be arbitrages wherein the players get the omega for a cheaper price. So I would say that consider your omega as a part, as a piece from the entertainment fund you must be having, and just miss a movie or a dinner once a month, and you will have your funds to get omega. As many people rightly put it, it is a game for pay to play. It is not necessary to pay, but if you want to enjoy the whole content and the whole bunch, you can pay, or else you can earn your way to omega. Lastly, how can an alpha still be a valuable asset to your friends? So let me say that the game mechanics are really unique and really good. So for example, if you are in a frigate or a destroyer, you can kill battleships. The battleships, as the name suggests, are the huge ships which float in space. So it is not that you cannot kill any omega players. So if you get a good frigate or destroyer and run it up to a battleship one on one, you will definitely win. So if you have friends with who are omega and who have like these great battleships or battle cruisers, then they will definitely need you to guard the front lines, because they cannot take out any frigates or destroyers if they encounter it. And so you will be a really valuable asset in defending those big ships your friends just bought. And of course they can you can have add a lot in planetary interaction. And the most important point is that you can enjoy the game and help out your corporation members whenever you can. So I hope you enjoyed the video and understood the difference between alpha clone and omega clone. I'll be covering what is exactly scaling in another video, and I'll be posting the link in the description below. Thank you so much ever for watching and see you soon.